In this video, we are going to learn about Hadoop and its ecosystems. Now, an introduction to Hadoop. Hadoop is an open source framework which provides distributed processing system, especially for big data. And why it is? Because it is able to handle massive datasets which are too large for normal traditional databases. And also it provides parallel processing as well as storage across clusters of commodity servers as well. Now we'll have to see what is big data. Now big data generally refers to massive datasets which have exceeded their processing capabilities to traditional databases. Now these often have features like very large volume of data, very rapid change in the data, then a variety of data such as various data types included, and also veracity, which means accuracy. And now talking about them in detail, the total sheer volume of the data itself is very big. So of course the volume will surpass any traditional database. Now talking about the velocity, these are very much generated at very high speeds. Take an example for your social media. Like in our how many people watch their social medias. So the massive generated data has to be stored somewhere, right? And next one being the variety, where we have various data formats available, and we need to, structure. We need to save them in a particular manner, such as structured or semi-structured. And talking about veracity, there might be some data which have incomplete formats or incomplete um, data. So that's that. Next one, we'll talk about the Hadoop architecture. Now, the architecture of Hadoop is basically the master slave model, similar to one the which used by servers and clients. But here we have a name node along with a data node, along with MapReduce, which is a separate thing. Now here there are mainly two core components, mainly the Hadoop distributed file system and the MapReduce, which is used for distributed processing. Now talking about name node, the name node is the main central component which normally manages the Hadoop file system, as it is responsible for storing of your files and its locations along with the permissions given to it. Now talking about the data node, it is responsible for storing the data blocks as well as handling of read and write operations, which are done from the client side. Now here MapReduce is a totally separate thing, where it is a distributed processing framework which divides your larger datasets into smaller independent subtasks so that they can be done at once in a parallel. We learn about HDFS, which is your Hadoop file system. Now here these are used, as we said before, for storage of massive datasets across commodity servers. Now, as we know, there is a very much high throughput of data. Then we need to have some tools in hand, or let's say some features in hand to handle them, such as your data storage, where it splits your very much high volume data into smaller data, or you can call them as node. Next one being the data replication, where at every block your data is replicated and saved as a backup in case of faulty tolerance, which means in case your data becomes faulty or corrupted, it can be used instead. Next one is the data access, where the clients can easily access your data through the name node from anywhere in the world. Now we'll see about MapReduce. Now MapReduce itself is a programming model and also a programmable processing engine. Now this enables for processing of massive database at a distributed level. Now here we have mainly two phases of map and reduce. In the map phase, the data is processed in parallel and we generate many key value pairs for it. And whereas in the reduce phase, we aggregate or make an overall sum of the key value pairs to produce a final pair of it. Now we need to see about Apache Spark. Now it is a very much fast and general purpose processing engine used by many other organizations across the world because it has an advantage over MapReduce. Now those advantages consist of faster processing as the Spark's in-memory computation is faster than your MapReduce. Next one being the real-time streaming, as your Spark allows streaming in real-time analysis of data. And then there is the versatile functionality, as of its range of data processing tasks, which includes your SQL queries as well. Now you have to see about your Hadoop ecosystem components. Now these are a collection of tools and technologies which normally work together to provide a platform for your big data management. Now we have here four major components. First one being the Hive, which is a data warehousing system which allows you to store your data in query-like format. Next one being your Pig. It is a high-level data flow language which simplifies the complex data into simpler processing tasks. Then being the Zookeeper, which is a distributed coordination service which helps you to manage and synchronize your distributed applications. And last but not least, Ambari, which is a centralized management tool which configures and monitors your made Hadoop clusters. Now we'll see the Hadoop deployment tools, because as you know, after developing and testing your models, you need to deploy them as well. Now here, in case of Hadoop, you have basic three ways for deployment. First being the standalone, where your each node of deployment are all existing on the same machine, which is very much ideal for testing phase and small case projects. Then there is your pseudo distributed, where you have multi-node deployment. Here as well, all the components are running on the same machine, but except it simulates a distributed environment. And finally being the fully distributed, where there are multi-node deployment across various multiple machines running at the same time, which offers a high scalability and faulty tolerance option. Now we'll have to see about some Hadoop operations. Now Hadoop offers various operations to be done on your big data sets. Some of them being, first one, the monitoring, as Hadoop provides you with the dashboard to monitor the health of the clusters and manage your resources provided. Next one being the data integrity, where there are regular backups at maybe at every interval of every week, and along with data replication to ensure your data consistency is there. And then being the configuration management, where these tools can allow you to change and fine-tune the settings of your clusters. Now the last part of this video is the use cases and applications of Hadoop. Now, Hadoop is used worldwide in many organizations, as already said. Now the main field where they are used are, first one being the data warehousing, as for storage and analyzing of large volumes of your transactional data, especially for business and intelligence. Next one being your web analytics, for developers to analyze the web traffic patterns, user behavior to give you an optimized online experience. Then being your social media analysis, to analyze the ongoing social media trends and take in customer feedbacks to understand your public opinion and change the market on that. And finally being the fraud detection, where identifying of fraudulent activities by social media companies is essential, which is done by analyzing of large data sets of transactions and user behavior patterns. And this is the end of the video. I hope you understood something useful from this. Thank you for watching.